Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the weekly Q&A with 50 Shades of Tay. Today,
and 50 Shades of A.
Yeah, today I am not alone. I am joined by the one, the only. I don't think it's been 8 seconds yet, so I can't. Oh, it has been. The one and only Amy fucking Newman is in the building to do Q&A with 50 Shades of Tay. Thank you so much, Amy, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to do this. If only I had planned a little bit better and announced you were going to be doing this with me. But the questions are very fun.
Yeah.
And some of them are going to be horror related, which, as we have just announced,
I can relate to. Oh, horror.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's good too. You'll love these questions. You'll know the answer to all of them, right?
God. As we have just announced on our live stream, our Oscars recap, Amy and I are going to be doing a horror YouTube channel called Horror. Nope.
The Weenie's Guide to Horror.
Yep, that's what she said, you guys. That's the name of our new channel. It's going to be up and running by the end of April 2023.
I'm the weenie.
And I'm also the weenie.
The horror fan.
The fan of weenies. Let's get into this first question, shall we?
Dominic Martinez asks, did you watch the newest Mario Brothers trailer? I'm trying not to watch it. I'm sold already.
Ooh, I saw this news trailer. Mm-hmm. I was already sold like you, Dominic. Mm-hmm. I was already sold. I was like, I don't need any more trailers. But I loved it. I am so excited for this movie. I have my tickets. I got them on Mario Day.
Nice.
What do you think about this trailer?
You know, I wasn't sold, and they're selling me. They really are. Mm-hmm. It looks so fun. The jokes are genuinely, like, pretty good, pretty much working for me. Mm-hmm. There seem to be... You know, I'm not a giant video game person, but I did grow up on Mario, and they really seem to be hitting a good, like, nostalgia, a good amount of, like, kind of Easter eggs, and, yeah. No, I'm hyped. My brother was texting me, like, did you see they did the Rainbow Road shortcut jump? Like,
God, just, it looks so good.
I feel like, too, I'm very much on the Mario. Like, again, I grew up on it. I love Mario. I'm very on the Mario train right now, just having a Universal annual pass.
Oh my God, we have matching passes because David and I got Universal passes for Amy's birthday.
I bullied you into getting them.
She peer pressured us into spending $600, but we have passes and we can go.
A reasonable request.
Yeah, anything for Amy, and we can now not only visit Shrek, which by the way, Amy and I are going to be doing every time we go to Universal Studios. We're going to be taking a picture with Shrek. And then at the end of our year, we're going to make a little flip book to go through the memory of all the times we encountered Shrek and he encountered us. How did we get here from Mario?
Universal.
But I'm so excited for Mario. Have my tickets.
Yeah,
this movie easily makes $1 billion.
Oh my God. I mean, kids are going to go see it.
Yeah.
Our generation's going to go see it. Gen X is going to go see it. Like, every generation, I think, about Gen X on, has love and nostalgia for this. They have to make, like, a B- movie, and they will, and it looks like they have more than exceeded that.
Yeah.
They're going to make $1 billion easily.
Are you nervous about some of the voices, or are you on board?
You know, it was part of my hesitation, but I feel like they're actually, and part of why the trailers are winning me over a bit, it's feeling like they found a good middle ground with a lot of the voice actors of doing character voices without, because, like, I totally understand why people were disappointed with the Chris Pratt casting. Do I actually want to hear that, like, full out, it's me, a Mario voice
for 2 hours? Yeah,
hour 45 or whatever this ends up being? I don't know. I feel like they did at least put some effort into, like, what is the middle ground. And I feel like even in the trailer, even if his voice isn't, like, dead on the Mario voice, he does the, like,
that's like
yeah. And it was like, that's him, that's the guy.
Yeah,
so
we do get glimpses of
there seems to be enough genuine love and care for the franchise and the characters that I'm gonna trust that they found something that worked.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'd have to go back and double check the trailers. I don't think we've seen Daisy yet. I know we have not seen Yoshi. I don't think we've seen Daisy. And if she's not in this one, and they make a Mario 2, which, how could they not?
Because have they announced casting for Daisy?
I don't think so.
Yeah, she might not be in this.
But you know who would make a great Princess Daisy?
Me.
Oh, shit. Well, yes. Yes. I was going to say Chris.
Also, yeah, she would.
If you could be a character in Mario, in the franchise, who would you want to be? I know it's a tough one.
Bowser?
Ooh.
I am Toad.
I would like to be...
Just screaming.
I would like to be King Boo.
Ooh.
That's who my main is for, as you know, in Mario Kart. When Amy and I play Mario Kart together, the loser has to be Wendy because she's a bitch.
She a little baddie.
Oh my God. All right, let's get to this next question.
Dominic Martinez asks, have you heard of the upcoming Spotify update that makes the app resemble TikTok more? Do you like it? I Googled this when you asked Dominic.
Uh-huh.
I assume you're referring to, they've kind of announced that they're gonna have more visual stuff on the homepage, more interactive stuff on the homepage. Spotify works.
Yeah.
Spotify for me, and it is probably the only service I pay for like that I use every single day. It is incredibly rare that a day goes by that I don't put music or a podcast on Spotify. Mm. I really don't want them to touch it. I really think they have a pretty... Spotify is one of those, every time they try to add something different and more interesting. I feel like I even have an issue with Spotify, and I don't know if it's a feature I need to turn off or whatever, but every once in a while I'll go to hit a playlist and it'll be do you want to hear these songs that kind of sound like things on this playlist? It's no, I wanted to hear the playlist I put on. So I feel like Spotify can just stick... They need to pay artists more, and I would gladly pay more per month for that. Mm-hmm. But it's beyond that, they have a pretty damn perfect product.
I used to use Spotify, but now I am on the family plan with David for Apple Music. Ooh. I know things are real heating up after 5 years together. But I just love Apple Music.
Yeah.
But I did like Spotify a lot. So I don't know how I feel about these changes coming. Oh, hi, June.
June's licking my fingers.
She wants to say hi. I'm just going to bring her up. She loves doing these Q&As. Hi, June. What do you think about the changes to Spotify?
Hi, pretty.
She doesn't give a fuck.
No, she doesn't give a fuck.
All right, June, you want to get into this next question? She's all excited.
All right, June. I Am Bricks wants to know, I'd be interested in your top 3 to 5 favorite films or shows.
Ooh, June can start this one. Okay, so...
Hope you're interested in mine, too.
Imagine
shut the fuck up. Here's my opinion.
I don't let you talk. I only let June answer. June's favorite movies are the live-action Lady and the Tramp. She loves that movie.
Oh.
She loves Lion King. She actually... The live-action one, she growls at Scar. And
good girl.
She loves Spider-Man Homecoming the best. She has a crush on Tom Holland. And that's the first time I've ever seen her stare at a movie from start to finish. We use this projector that's right behind us. And she stared at him the whole time that he was on screen.
That's awesome.
Do you have anything that can top June's picks?
I mean, I guess I'll go 3.
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling these off the top of my head, so I reserve the right to change my mind. Mm-hmm. Movies, Pirate Radio, Ratatouille.
Ooh, look at June's tail.
And
I know. I feel like we're gonna say these, and then we're
Moulin
gonna
Rouge.
Ooh, okay. All right.
TV shows. I'm gonna go Mighty Boosh.
Ooh.
Parks and Rec, Stranger Things.
Okay. All right.
Just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I reserve the right. I'll hunt you down, I Am Bricks, and be like, I was wrong. These are my actual favorites.
Okay, for me, for movies, and yeah, same thing. These are not definitive, but I'm gonna say the Scream franchise. I'm gonna count as 1 because how can I pick a movie? I know it's cheating. But I'm gonna say Chicago. I love that movie, Chicago. I think that's probably the movie I've seen the most in my life.
The movie I've seen the most in my life is definitely Grease, but Chicago's probably not far behind.
Okay, all right.
I was a weird kid. I watched it every day when we'd go to my grandparents' house.
And then I love the movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I watch it every year on my birthday, you guys.
Great pick.
And I force everyone to watch it with me. What?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be your favorite.
That's probably the movie I've seen most.
Top,
I saw that movie 5 times in theaters.
Aw.
I was going through some shit. TV.
Okay, for shows, ooh. That's tough because I feel like I always pick like what I'm currently watching. So like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show is kind of a harder pull for me than movies.
Yeah. Right.
And maybe it's partly because there are, even of my favorite TV shows, it's like, I mean, Mighty Boosh, I've watched probably 100 times because it's like 16 episodes and I was obsessed with it in high school. But it's like, I've seen Stranger Things through like 1 3/4 times. You know, I've watched episodes of Parks and Rec. Like, I don't rewatch shows, and I'm not one of those people. I know people who constantly have like Friends on in the background. That's not really my jam.
I would say Schitt's Creek has to be up there for me.
Good pick.
I would say The Mandalorian, but then I feel like I'm only saying that because I'm watching that like week to week right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Another one. Shit.
Another one.
Another one. The fuck. This is really, you stumped us.
I don't fucking know.
2 shows. You've stumped us, or at least me.
I came up with shit.
What the fuck? What do I watch? I'm like really having a hard time here. So
you've lost the concept of what a TV show is.
What is a TV show, and how does it involve coconut tarts?
We are filming this on National Coconut
Tart
Tort.
Day. Oh no, I'm botched. Okay. Another show that I love. This is as far as we make it. This is literally as far as we make it. Taylor, what shows do you watch?
And then he short-circuited. I've never seen anything
I'm going to
like
say
it.
a show that's currently airing. I just feel like, if I really were to sit down...
Oh my God, Taylor, just name the show.
We're going to add Gone Girl to my list of movies. Gone Girl. But I would say Yellow Jackets. Are you watching Yellow Jackets on Showtime?
No, but I did read...
That it's not a TV show?
I read the pilot for the first episode for an acting class, and I was like... Y'all
It's
really buried the
interesting.
lead on the cannibalism.
Oh my God, spoiler alert. It's a good show.
It's in the first episode.
But you know who's in it?
Melanie Linsky.
She's, oh my God, I tweet her all the time asking her to go to drag brunch with me. She doesn't respond. It's fine, I get it, you're famous. One day, Melanie Linsky, you're hearing it here first. Melanie Linsky and I will go to drag brunch, and I'll tell her that it took me an hour to come up with her show as one of my...
I forgot it was a TV show, but I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Marcus Kramer wants to know, are those all your books behind you, and have you read them all?
Ooh, Marcus Kramer, that is...
He's calling you out.
Question. I know.
He's like, this is dumb.
He's like, are you Leah Michelle or not? Can you read or not?
These are actually fake. This is a painting.
Could you imagine, like a Roger Rabbit painting? Okay, so I have a June hair in my mouth. I hope it's a June hair.
I'm sorry, I've just been...
I picked out a few of my favorites. So you guys have heard me, I feel like reading Rainbow or Mrs. Frizzle.
Are you trying to tell him these are all your books?
They're not my books, they're David's books, you guys. But I can read, I promise. For example, this says... Stuff you should know.
That thing's got a sharp corner, my man. Watch it.
What does this say? But I love this book, love this podcast. Highly recommend. This I can read, but it's also a pop-up book. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. And everybody poops. But look at how cool, like, I don't know where the camera... Wow.
You are not allowed to have pop-up books in the frame. You're going to pull my goddamn eye out. Get away from me.
Oh my God. And then proving even further...
Does the last one have pictures?
...that I can read. Here's a picture book about the world of It. Look at that holographic and Amy's eyeball.
So basically you like podcasts and movies.
Yeah.
We've established.
I can read. Oh my God, and you're reading the questions. So like I can't even prove it. Can I read the next question?
You
like
got
just
some
to
to prove.
prove.
Yeah.
And good, it's a short one.
Sound it out. Let me know if you need help
From
with the big
CJ
words.
Rebirth.
Good job.
What's the first word? Oh, what?
Sound it out.
Are your thoughts on Demi Lovato's end credit song for Scream 6? Well, CJ, as I pull another June hair out of my mouth, it was good. It seems like a good fit. Demi Lovato has a song that plays in the end credits. It's not a spoiler for Scream 6. What's cool is David and I went to this like special fan screening at AMC, and it was 5 p.m. everywhere at the same time, and it was in 3D. First Scream movie to be released theatrically in 3D, and they had like 10, 15 minutes of bonus features before the movie, and one of them was they played her whole music video, and I thought it was kind of fun. Do you like Demi Lovato?
I got nothing against them. I wouldn't call myself a fan.
The video is fun because it has like clips from the movie, and I believe there's like some new footage in it too, like of the cast hanging out and stuff. It was cool. I liked it. I feel like if I go back and listen to it, it'll get stuck in my head. I just feel like it's like one of those earworm songs.
Can I guess what it sounds like? Scream number 6.
How did you know?
That's exactly how it went.
Oh my god, you've seen it. You've only seen Scream 6.
Ghost face a dick.
Oh my god.
I had to rhyme. It's a slant rhyme, but you know. Rian Gold says, what was your favorite kill scene from Terrifier 2?
Alright, as you guys know.
Take it away. Are you going to make me watch Terrifier 2?
No, I won't do that to you because I think that's really intense. I won't do that one to you. We're going to start with easy stuff. Mainly, like, I think horror comedies are where we start for you.
I've seen scary movies. I'm a big girl.
But, like, are you okay with gore? Because Terrifier is really gory.
I'm not as squeamish about gore as a lot of people.
Okay, well, without spoiling anything, because I would like to
I've read the
eventually get there.
Wikipedia synopsis.
Thank God.
That's like why I had to start this channel, because I'm like that weird chicken that's like reading Wikipedia synopses of horror movies being like, that sounds pretty scary.
Well, for those of you who haven't seen it, without giving anything away, my favorite kill in Terrifier 2 is a scene that involves a shotgun and a potato. That's as far as I'll go. But I will say, the production company for Terrifier 2 did use my quote from the review of the film on their social media. I said Terrifier 2 made my nipples so hard, and they said that was the best line from opening night of Terrifier 2, and they put it on their social media.
They pay you?
No.
Fuck those guys.
Oh my god, no, I love them. I love Terrifier. I can't wait for the third one, and neither can my nipples.
Maybe we won't watch those together. Oh boy. Club Cobain says, could you rank your top 5 ghost faces and explain why?
I didn't think this through because Amy and I are going to be watching Scream on our new YouTube channel together, Winnie's Guide to Horror. And if I say them all right now, it'll spoil a bunch for you. But I will say, without spoiling things, I already accidentally said one earlier to Amy, so spoilers for Scream 4. Oh no, spoilers for Scream 4. But I love... Wait, did I do the right side? I did the right side. I love Emma Roberts. That's all I'll say about her. And then the original 2 Ghostface, you guys know. I won't say. Because I really, really want to see if Amy is able to piece together.
I won't. I'm so dumb, Taylor. When will you learn?
Oh my god. At least you can read.
Rafat R says, if you had the power, for which superhero role would you cast Tom Cruise? And which comic story arc would you adapt with him? Could be DC, Marvel, or any comics.
Ooh, June has something to say about
Fun
that
question.
one. Yeah, do you want to go first? I have an idea.
Go ahead, because unfortunately I don't know a ton...
About Tom Cruise?
About comics. So I feel like all I'm pulling in my brain is like ones that have already been very much done theatrically.
The one that I can see him as, and it was rumored for, I think it was for Multiverse of Madness, is to see Tom Cruise as Superior Iron Man. So, like, I was going to
say, like, an Iron Man situation. Like, I feel like he could have been Tony Stark if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr.
Especially with the multiverse stuff. It's just, I don't know.
I don't think he would have been quite as fun, but...
I don't know that he'll do it.
No, he wouldn't.
Like, the stuff he's doing right now between Top Gun, and then he has the upcoming Mission Impossible 7, 6.
And being in a cult keeps you
Part
busy.
1, Dead Reckoning Part 1. So it's like, yeah. Oh, that part, I didn't say it. Don't come after me.
Uh-oh. I'm going to get disappeared.
Oh my god, I have a couch you can jump on after. Oh my god. But, yeah, I could see him as a Tony Stark variant.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know that I could see him actually doing it.
No.
But it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see. It's just, even if it was a quick cameo, it'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I couldn't see him doing it, though.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we have next.
JRS said, "Hi Tay, what do you think is the scariest movie of all time? Not the best, the better movie, just the scariest."
Ooh. I'm curious about what the scariest movie is to you.
I mean, that's such an interesting question, right? Because horror is so subjective, like so much more. I'd say even more so than, like, comedy always feels like one of the more subjective art forms, right? Or like genres. But then I feel like horror even more so is just like, I've watched movies that scared the absolute crap out of me.
And other people are like fine with it.
And vice versa.
That's interesting because when I pick movies and I'm like, oh, this isn't scary, to me it might not be, but to you.
Yeah.
It also depends on what you're scared of because it's like, some people are afraid of clowns, for example, so Terrifier would be terrifying to them. Terrifier, terrifying because of Art the Clown. But then some people are scared of like body horror, right? Yeah. Some people are afraid of like ghosts or paranormal stuff. Yeah. Some people are really scared of religious horror, so like anything with like possessions, exorcism, stuff like that. So to me, I answered this a couple weeks ago, but two that come to mind when you ask me, not the best, but the scariest movies, and it's at that time. I wouldn't say now because I'm older and I. But the first time I saw The Ring, the American version, not the Ringu, not the original one. Because I saw The Ring first, and then I went back and watched. It scared me so bad, and at that time, I think the reason why, like, I outgrew this fear, but when I was younger and I saw that movie, I had a television set that had static. You've seen The Ring?
No, and I was actually, it's funny you bring that up, because I was like, well, first and foremost, I could name a quick list of movies that I am way too scared to watch.
Ooh, and that's one of them?
The Ring, off the top of my head, The Ring, The Exorcist, and Paranormal Activity.
Oh my God. Okay, so The Ring is scary to me because when I was younger, I had a television set and it would have static, and there were a couple nights after I saw The Ring where my TV would have static happen in the middle of the night and it would just turn on, and my heart would pound because I was like, well, Samara's going to come and think I'll pop my asshole in my sleep, and it was so scary. And then the other one you just mentioned is Paranormal Activity, because when I went into it not knowing about it at all. Yeah. And I asked my friend, I was like, hey, what are we about to watch? And he was like, oh, it's a documentary. And I was like, oh, okay, it's like a paranormal, like an investigative, like there's all that stuff on TV. So I was like, okay. And before we went in, it was before the movie was released publicly. It was like an advanced screening, like a month early. So I had not even heard about it, seen any marketing. We go in, and there's like a newspaper type cardboard display. And it's like to promote the movie, and they're trying to play up that this is like what you're seeing is actual footage. So my heart was like pounding. And there's some stuff in it that you could be like, oh, that they caught that on camera. That's crazy. But then, at a certain point, you're like, there's no way. Right. And I kept nudging my friend, and I was like, this is like real? He's like, yeah, this is real. This is real. And it freaked me the fuck out. But now that I know it's not, like, at the time it was scary, I think we should do Paranormal Activity. It's fun. Just not here because the projector with that movie is not like the best way to watch it. So at your place on the TV.
Don't bring that into my...
I know. I was just thinking that as I was saying it.
I will say, I don't think it's the scariest. The only horror movie... And again, I feel like this is very big on the, like, horror is very subjective, because I know a lot of people who were, like, not that bothered by this movie. The only horror movie where I really actively, like, couldn't sleep that night thinking about it was Us.
Ooh, okay.
It was also, I watched it during the pandemic, so I feel like my brain was just in a real weird space because I hadn't left the house in like...
Did you like the ending? Did you like the reveal of what was going on?
I loved that movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it worked for me, and like I said, I struggled to sleep that night. I was so freaked out.
You know what's cool is that Horror Nights at Universal Studios last year, they did it the year it came out, they had a Strictly Us maze, but this past year, so they have the set of Nope, and you get to walk through
I went.
Oh, yeah, you went before me. You went to, like, a preview. Okay, and you got to do the terror tram with
that was really fun.
Okay, see, I know these things. I pay attention. But very fun.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to go to Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm and the Queen Mary and every single haunt this year, the Haunted Hayride, everything. It's going to be so much fun.
I am going to have to... I got a 3-drink minimum for in-person horror events.
That's fine. When we went to Not Scary Farm, my favorite picture from that night is us. We each had 2 beers. Do you remember that? That was so fun. Oh, my God. Love it.
Best beer I've ever had. Clown Tears. It was a cotton candy IPA. God, it was so good. Cash wants to know, what are your thoughts on Baby Driver and Last Night in Soho? Both are Edgar Wright movies, but which is the best directorial effort between the two?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Last Night in Soho, only because I love Anya Taylor-Joy, and I love...
But directorially.
Then it's Baby Driver, but don't make me choose.
I didn't catch Last Night in Soho. I've heard it's pretty uneven, but like some cool stuff.
There's some really cool stuff in there.
I haven't seen Baby Driver since it came out. I loved it when it came out.
Yeah.
And I would be curious how it would hold up on a rewatch. I will say, if we're talking Edgar Wright films, this was not an option. But I think Hot Fuzz is a goddamn perfect movie.
All right.
That wasn't your question. I just really love Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. So if I'm going strictly on directing, I'm going to go with Baby Driver. If I'm going on where my heart is, I'm going to go with Last Night in Soho. It's that movie, Anya Taylor-Joy, she's so good in it.
The Ruka, oh my goodness. Parachi?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I probably just butchered your name. But they would like to know, Taylor, have you seen Lost? If you have, did you like the ending, and who's your favorite character? I liked the ending, and when there was a filler episode, I still enjoyed it because I just love hanging out with the gang on the island. My favorite character was Jack. It's not because he was the main character. It's that Jack had a perfect arc and transformation throughout the show.
Ooh.
What a good, thorough question. Thank you, Tharuka.
Okay, I have seen Lost. I was hooked on it for the first, maybe 2 seasons. And then it just got a little bit too complicated for me. But I stuck it out. I did finish the whole show. I was not a fan of the ending. My favorite character, that's tough. Mainly because I don't remember any of the character names. There was a blonde lady, and I really liked her.
Nice. There's someone named Hurley.
Hurley. Oh, Hurley. Yeah, I know Hurley. Yeah.
That's all I remember.
That's a fun character. But overall, I don't think it stuck the landing, but it was really addictive, and I think it had some cool stuff. I feel like there's a lot of shows that are like that now, like the Mystery Box. What's the one? There was one recently, I think it was canceled on TV, and then Netflix picked it up, where a plane goes missing. And I think there's a show
where
like
you almost
La Brea.
write yourself into this corner.
There's all these really weird things that they set up, but then they don't know how to end it, and then it's just kind of the setup is strong, but then it's how do you wrap it all up? Not
a TV show, but I thought Don't Worry Darling was one of the most egregious examples of that I've ever seen. Of you get about 3/4 in and you're like, how did they not write it? They didn't have an ending.
When you saw Don't Worry Darling, what row did you sit in? Because I sat in the 3rd row in the splash zone, and I did not get spit on by Harry Styles, and to this day I'm very, very sad.
Boney Joseph wants to know, favorite streaming service in terms of UI design? For me, it's Apple TV. I just love their design. It feels very premium, clean, and slick.
Nice.
That's such a cool question.
Yeah, I love it. I think I gotta go with Apple TV Plus also. We use an Apple TV device. Like, you know how you use a Roku, you can use a Fire Stick. We use Apple TV here. I just feel like it's really intuitive. That's a big word for someone who reads pop-up books. But yeah, I think Apple TV Plus is really good. I do like Netflix, but I get really annoyed when it starts playing.
I hate the autoplay, and I hate
I swear I turn it off all the time, and it just does it anyways. But I think I would go with Apple TV Plus. But you know which ones are terrible?
Are you going to say Disney Plus? Because I got fucking beef with Disney Plus's user interface.
Have you ever had to download a specific TV show or TV channel like ABC or TBS or whatever to watch a specific movie? Well, David, what are they? TBS, TNT, USA, Sci-Fi for Chucky, the Chucky show. There he is, chilling. We downloaded the Sci-Fi app, and it's just terrible. And there's one of them, I think it might be the USA Network one. It plays the loudest, disgusting noise every time you open it. Yeah, but which one? You said, what do you have against Disney Plus?
I just think that user interface is really, it's hard to find what you're looking for. Their continue watching feature never quite works right for me.
Oh my god, it always goes to the last episode I watched right before the credits. It never goes to the okay.
Off the top of my head, Hulu feels user friendly to me.
Yeah,
I like Hulu.
Okay.
I'm usually pretty happy with my Hulu experience.
Nice. I think we have another streaming question coming up pretty soon. I should have put them back to back, but I didn't.
Dogo Carbonetti asks, thanks for answering my last question. I'm from Argentina, so I would like to recommend you a movie from my country. It's called Relatos Salvajes. I'm sorry. My 6 months of Duolingo not helping. Or Wild Tales. It's some real good and crazy short films put into a movie. It's such a fun watch. Here in Argentina, it's so many locals' favorite movie.
Ooh,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
I love a good collection of short film kind of movies.
Like?
Paris Je T'aime's one of my favorites.
Well, I guess it's not really short films, but a collection of stories that intertwine. Trick or Treat.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's not exactly what we're talking about, but it reminded me of that. But yeah, thank you so much, first of all, for watching from Argentina. That's so exciting. And for sending that in, because I will put that on my watch list. People have been writing me every week all these like really cool movies, mainly horror that I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Horror comedies. I got a couple musicals. So I have a list on my phone that's just like growing and growing. But it's so fun because I love hearing about movies I've never heard of. And it's really fun when people recommend me stuff that like is so important to them, because I don't know, the fact that you guys take the time to write in stuff like that, very sweet. So thank you, I really appreciate it.
Keith Rady the Baddie asks, what is your favorite way to see movies? IMAX, 3D, Dolby, etc.
Ooh, I have thoughts. All right, my favorite favorite theater in the world is the Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood. But
then you do have to go to Hollywood Highland.
Oh my god, yeah. But, oh my god, I still have to show you what's outside my balcony after this. I know, I'm sorry, totally off topic, but I just remember I was like, oh, I'm going to show you that haunted thing out my balcony. So,
cool.
The question is, how do I like to see my movies? Chinese theater is my favorite.
Yeah.
But in terms of format, Prime at AMC, I'm losing it, is my favorite way. I just love the leather recliners, the giant screen, the way the seats make your buns vibrate. It's just a lot of fun. Then I would say Dolby. There's the Dolby Theater at the Burbank 16. There's the Dolby. I like the Dolby at the AMC Santa Anita a lot, which is in Arcadia. I don't know if you've been to that one, but they have a really nice Dolby Theater. Then I would say IMAX. The only thing is like the IMAX theaters near me, like at the AMC Santa Anita, is not the greatest seats. They don't have the leather recliners. They're just like the standard seats. And to me, when I'm sitting... Did I
tell you we did the IMAX at City Walk, which I feel like you tried to warn me about?
We did try and warn you about that. They haven't updated it in a long time.
Eric and I almost had legit panic attacks during Avatar because we were sitting in the middle of a row and it was full. I'd only seen one other movie there, and it was Violent Night on like a Thursday, which that movie in IMAX was delightful. But we were in the middle of the row, and it was packed, and we both were like, I have to go to the bathroom. We have 2 hours left of this movie.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way I can hold it.
Yeah.
Getting out of that row was the most stressful goddamn experience of my life. We just came back and we were like, we have to find a row on the aisle or I can't go back in there.
Yeah, we always pick the aisle seats.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
But I guess to answer that question, it really does depend on the movie for me.
Yeah,
because I'm not generally a huge 3D fan, but like Avatar, I wasn't going to see unless I could see it in IMAX 3D. A lot of movies, I kind of almost prefer not having to go through all... I mean, obviously, like, I guess I would go with, like, whatever that would be, like Prime, like Dolby, just those things where it's like... The sound. It's just, it's just a really high-quality experience.
Yeah.
But unless it's something really specific... I don't necessarily need IMAX or 3D.
You know what was insane in Prime was Dune.
Seeing
Dune in Prime.
That's one I'd want like in IMAX with the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
It is insane because like the whole score you can like feel, but then there's also like the big explosions and the battle sequences and just, man, that movie. I saw it twice in Prime and I almost went a third time and I regret it. I'm wondering, though, if they'll re-release it before Dune Part 2.
I hope so, because I didn't see it, and it's not one I think I would really want to... Well, that's why I didn't see Avatar for so long, because I really...
Want to see it in the theater?
Wasn't that interested in it when it came out. It wasn't my jam. and it still isn't. But I was like, if I'm going to see this, I'm not going to sit at home and stream it on Disney Plus. That doesn't feel like a worthwhile experience for this movie.
If they re-release Dune Part 1 in theaters, and they're doing it in Prime, we should go see it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm hoping they do a double feature where you can... Well, that's a long
day.
But it'd be fun to just see them, back to back in that premium format. But yeah, thanks for asking. That's a fun question.
Ryan Gold asks, if you could only have one streaming service, which one would you keep?
Oh my... I knew we had another streaming question, but I didn't know it was going to be this tough. That's tough.
That's real tough.
Because I need them all. Because everything's so spread out. The only ones I don't have are Peacock, and I currently don't have Paramount Plus. I had it.
Yeah, no one has those two.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we skip.
I have to have Netflix because that's where Stranger Things is. That's where do you watch You on Netflix? Oh my God, it's so good.
I do feel increasingly like if I had to, what's the term? Churn? Where you just get it for when
butter?
No, I've heard that as an expression for you just get it when that movie, thing you want to watch is coming out.
Is it called churn?
That's what I've heard it called once, or I made it up. Netflix, I am feeling increasingly like I could can it until the last season of Stranger Things.
Man, it's tough for me.
I feel like I'd miss things, but there's a lot on there where it's I don't really need more Bridgerton. It's cool.
I don't know because HBO Max has The Last of Us. Succession is about to come out. Do you watch Succession?
I've watched a little bit of it.
It's so good. And this is the final season coming up.
And HBO Max does have a pretty interesting movie selection. I feel like it has one of the more interesting kind of weird, deep movie selection benches.
Yeah. Hulu has Only Murders. It did have SNL, but they moved SNL over to Peacock.
Hulu also does have Bob's Burgers and King of the Hill, and I'm not sure how I would fall asliep.
Oh my God! And the Futurama reboot, the Futurama
as options to just quietly hum in the background. But Disney Plus, you're talking.
Well, that has
all the Star Wars stuff,
all
the Marvel stuff, Simpsons,
and that's really hard to give up. But yeah, the Futurama reboot coming to Hulu.
Wow!
I cannot wait. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. That's my boyfriend David's all-time favorite show.
I guess I'm gonna go HBO, but
then Succession, and then there's that new one, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's Elizabeth Olsen, and I think she snaps and kills her best friend or her neighbor. It looks great. David, do you remember the name of that show that's coming out? God. It looks so good. I'm so mad at myself because I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it looks really good. I love Elizabeth Olsen. If I had to give up one...
Because at least if I have HBO, I can fall asleep to Friends.
Can I say Stars? I haven't opened my Stars app in months. Can I say Stars?
You can.
Stars.
Fucking masochist. Rion Gold asked, if you were locked in a house, would you rather be chased by Rob or Ray?
I'll let you answer that one first. Why are they chasing us? Because they're trying to kill us? Or... Are they going to tell us spoilers to an upcoming movie?
I guess I'm going to go Ray. Not that I think Rob would do anything bad to me, but I feel like Ray could not do anything bad to me.
It really depends on what they're trying to do. I feel like they're either trying, it's a horror movie. This is a horror movie setting. If that's the case, then probably Ray. He just seems too sweet and innocent to be Ghostface or to be,
Yeah.
But if it's to tell spoilers,
does that make him the perfect one?
Oh shoot! But if it's to tell spoilers, I don't want it to be Rob because Rob's the king of spoilers. So then maybe Ray. Ray for everything, I guess.
Yeah, Ray.
It's called Love and Death, coming to HBO Max April 27th. So cannot wait. Oh, sorry, the Elizabeth Olsen show.
So I was thinking Elizabeth Moss, and that threw me even further.
Oh my God. I still got to show you something out my balcony.
I'm going to go. Haley asks, what's June's favorite toy?
Aw, June. Come here, Mama.
June.
Come here.
Hi, Princess.
Oh, good.
Hi, sweet
good
lady.
Girl. Come here. That's Haley. Haley is my boyfriend's sister. For those oh my God.
I think we have an answer.
She's going nuts. What the hell? This is her favorite toy. It's a hedgehog. It's from her Auntie Kathy. It squeaks and it makes like really bad diarrhea noises. Or that's June. But
I'm not getting a squeak.
There you go. Wait. That was the final question. We made it to the end.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us.
That noise can only mean one thing.
Oh my gosh. And thank you so much to my special guest, Amy. I am so appreciative of you being here. And for those of you who want more of Amy, you can check her out on the live stream we did, the 2023 Oscars recap. And we will be very quickly working on our Weenie's Guide to Horror. I always want to say Horror's Guide to Weenies. That's a different thing.
That's a different show.
But Amy, where can people find you? I'm
on Instagram at amy.n.newman and TikTok at the same. Hey, I'm trying to plug some shit here. If you could just... I'm on Twitter at amy_n_newman. Yeah, I have a D&D Twitch live stream that'll be dropping next month. And I'm in an Easter show for children in LA for the next 3 weekends. If you live in LA and have kids or really want to meet the Easter Bunny.
Oh, I want both. Well, I don't know. Spoilers, I want kids. Okay, bye.
Bye.